Here we are. Welcome back
Welcome back
to
to
another
another
episode
of
of
Lewwe
Lewwe
Go
Go
There.
There. Can you believe that it's our 24th episode?
2 dozens?
Yeah. So, with that, today we're going to be going there on the season one finale.
Yeah, and we just want to start things off by saying thank you so much for being here with us along this ride. By no means are we perfect or trying to show ourselves to be that way. We're just showing up as the most authentic
In the messy middle.
versions of ourselves and just being vulnerable in the process by bringing a space where you can see us, and once you feel safe enough with us that you could also join us. Like, we have our Q&A that we started calling Big Talks
After the Little Talks
after
episode. Yep.
after the Little Talks episode. So if you haven't watched those, make sure you watch those too. And if there's anything that you miss, I think you
It's
should
a
definitely check those
perfect
out.
time right now. Again, if you're new, hi. And yeah, go back and watch the other 23 episodes. You don't have to watch them in order unless you're like me and it's like a neurotic thing you do. But no, just check out like if there's anything that resonates with you the most. I feel like for me, when I look back on this whole journey of, all of these weeks and months, first of all, it's been a blast. It's been so much fun.
Yeah,
It's been really healing.
it's been real.
It's been really real. Yeah, like I literally think a lot about episode 2, which was our first topic on friendship, and how that, even when we did that episode, we were going through it. I wouldn't even say the messy middle. I'd say like the beginning of the,
Yeah.
like so many transitions and things changed at that time. And I think we didn't necessarily speak about all of it because, again, we were processing and things have even shifted and evolved since then. Um, like, I'll speak for myself. I lost a lot of friends, like a lot. And I'm still grieving that.
Mm-hmm.
That still is a thing with me where it's like, I know it was for the best and I send them, healing energy and loving energy and all of that. There's no malice,
Right.
but it's like, damn, like that
Mm-hmm.
really hurt. But on the flip side of that, I feel the friendships I have just grown, have deepened, and I'm just like so incredibly grateful, and my heart is so full. So I mean, for me, that's kind of like where that friendship episode, with it being the first episode to now, so many of the things that we were talking about I still process and are very
Yeah.
relevant, and then have kind of grown from there.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it almost is like a testimony of how things have changed in our lives since then, by the intentionality that we put behind things, by realizing this is where we are, this is where people in our lives are. They're saying that they're our friends, but their behavior isn't something that is
Reflecting
suitable
that, yeah.
or acceptable
Hmm.
to us, or reciprocal.
Yes, reciprocal.
That is like the most important thing
Yeah,
for us in our collective friendships, and as well as our own
exactly.
friendships.
Yeah.
So I really love that episode. I really love that we put that out there. And since then, for me as well, there are even instances where I didn't realize I had friendships
Hmm.
that they would have, just helped me out from the kindness of their hearts, even though like we haven't spoken for years.
Yeah.
So it really was a blessing, and I truly believe by like clearing your karmic plate, and taking away the people that you really don't aren't for you. Fuck what society thinks, fuck what Instagram and TikTok thinks. um
That part.
yeah, like, that is not important. And what is important are the people who are genuine
Yeah.
and who are there for you, and
That
as you be there for them.
and that
Reciprocity.
Yeah, and that actually, is the definition of a friendship, of a friend, right? Not just like the people that you know or they may think they know you, type
Mhm.
of situation, which I know we've talked about that in a few different episodes. One of the ones recently about how when people are just, scrolling and looking at your things and they're not having that interaction with you, that's another thing about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, aside from the friendship episode, which episode for you kind of like stood out, I guess? I mean,
Well, I'm kind of nerdy, so I made
love
notes.
that.
Um, and I feel like we can take it to, well, there are a couple things that happened in the episodes, and I was like, wait, like you had eye stuff,
Hmm.
and like I had I
Trauma,
trauma
yeah, you did.
myself. Like in my dancing days, I was wearing a pendant and I was dancing, and I stopped,
Mm,
and obviously the momentum of the chain didn't stop, and the pendant, which was had like a corner, the corner of the pendant of like a flat thing, it hit me right in the eye,
mm.
and it just like irritated me for the first day. But then the second day, I couldn't see. Like
So
I
scary.
tried to over my eye, and it just hurt so much over my eye. I was so sensitive to lights and all of these things. And someone who was my friend at that point in time, like she told me to go to see her mom, like, and her mom really helped me. Like I have like videos up somewhere where like I still give people an idea as to how to support like their business and stuff, because even though we aren't friends and aren't aligned that way, like I still have a lot of love in my heart, and like I want her and her people to succeed, and I like that's what she wants for me. So again, like wrapping it back into the friendship
Yeah,
episodes to remind you that friendship, even when it ends, it doesn't have to be ugly. It
yeah.
could just be like a realization that we're no longer suited to each other.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say one more thing about
Uh
friendship. And
huh.
then we're gonna really like we have beat this and we'll go on to the next. But just because I know we'll eventually get there in season two, because we'll get juicier there with season two too, and we'll go there on
Mhm.
family, right? But just in general, this can be for family, this can be for friends, for you consider people that you really care, right? And you think you're a nerd. Girl, you know I love an alliteration, right? So it's like what to me makes up that really kind of close knit, deep connected, whether it's family or friends. I think it's consideration. I think it's
Mhm.
that you consider them. You don't just
Mhm.
like assume,
Mhm.
anything. You actually ask them. It's kind of like, oh, I've been thinking about you, consideration. And then along with that is communication, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like once you have those, you really can't go wrong. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty solid from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the other episodes that I really love and has actually been our most popular episode so far.
Oh,
You
the
guys
most
are
popular one, our
sweeties.
love story has
My
been the most
goodness.
popular one. Yeah, like blows all the other ones out of the water,
Yeah.
which is so sweet.
Because love
Yeah,
wins.
because
Like
love does
the
win.
comments have all been sweet, and we
Hmm.
really appreciate that what we set out to do with this podcast from the beginning. We said like it wasn't for all the views and for
No.
popularity and like all those things. It really is to have more of community
Hmm.
and safety by being
Yeah.
vulnerable. So the fact that that episode has received the most amount of love,
Yeah.
we feel really grateful
Hmm.
to know that
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, that warmed my heart too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did the episode on dating a narcissist, and I feel like when we took a trip to Trinidad, we just kind of had dinner with a couple of friends,
Mm.
and it's like everyone around the table had
Has had experience.
experience, which
Yeah.
is such a sad
And
thing.
it's also something that most people won't talk about again, unless you kind of get into a circle
Mhm.
where
You
people
have
are,
trust and
which again is in the surviving, thriving episode too. But like
yeah.
once you get to that level of it, just like if you're still in it or if you're freshly out and you're still kind of questioning it because the narcissist leaves you like in that tailspin,
Mhm.
not enough people talk about it. So definitely if you are checking this out or rechecking this out or want to send to a friend, send them the episode on dating a narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and moving on from that, I am someone who like truly believes in accountability. I think that's something
Hmm.
that we touched on in being a girl's girl.
Yes.
And to me, it's really important to do that because like
We're not
your
perfect, like you said.
yeah, and like your integrity matters.
Hmm.
Like being able to say what you mean and do what you say
Mean what you say,
says
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So on that topic, I
Yeah.
actually
You're gonna go
wanted to
there.
I am gonna go there.
I'm glad. Yeah.
I wanted to revisit one of the episodes. I think it was the first one where we talk about what it took to
What
get
it took to
here.
get here. Yeah.
And I honestly can't remember what episode that is. I think it's episode 6. Basically, I just wanted to confirm the order of events, how they happen, because I said a lot of like, I believe it happened this way and that
We're
way.
referring to when we were in the studio space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're referring to when we were in the studio space and the process of getting into there in the first
Mhm.
place.
Mhm.
So, what had happened with the ACs was that there were ACs in the building
Yeah.
when I saw during the site visits,
Mhm.
and then like shortly before we signed
Yep.
was when they were removed, which was a big
Mhm.
shock to us, but
Yep.
it did happen before
It did happen
we
before we
signed.
officially signed. We did see it, and then that was when we had to kind of go and like be like, "Oh, now we have to factor in buying
Yeah,
AC units. We
three
weren't even
ACs,
thinking
yeah.
about all of this."
Yeah,
Right.
so why I got confused with the timeline is because even though it kind of happened very quickly towards us signing, putting in the ACs was also the last thing we did before we
Mhm.
opened the space. So it
Right.
just felt like very still fresh in my
Right.
mind that it was short notice
Yeah.
because it was a lot. Like it
Yeah. We
is
were
a
doing a
lot.
lot at the same time,
Yeah.
but essentially just taking accountability for the fact that we did know that we would have to put the AC units before we physically
Yeah.
signed, just not
Yeah.
when we originally made the decision to take the space.
Yeah,
Because
because it wasn't clear in that episode. I
yeah,
didn't really put a lot of clarity into what I said. And just for the sake of not um having anyone feel slighted, which is completely valid
yeah,
for that
we really just
situation.
try to practice what we
Yeah, we
preach.
really
That's it.
do.
Yeah, we're not perfect. We're gonna make
Thankfully,
mistakes, but
again, I feel like the friendship episode tells us a lot because it's like a relationship episode more than
right.
anything else, right? Because like I said, the way that I act in that friendship sort of way, a lot of those things, not every single thing, but a lot
Right.
of those things are also how I act in other relationships and
Yeah.
in my work and school when I was
Well,
in
that
school and
goes
all
with
those
being
things.
authentic, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're not trying to have different versions. You are yourself as much as you can be in safety in that. And of course, you'll be a little bit, you will behave a bit different. And obviously, like, with people that are closer to you, this bug,
Exactly.
y'all, is
Yeah,
just doesn't want to leave us alone
just like
at
loving
all.
my hair,
Yeah.
whatever
Well, I
I
mean,
put in my
obviously,
hair.
it's looking great, it's smelling great. So, but
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
So that's
What
been cleared.
I'm yes, and I'm very glad that I cleared that up. Um yeah, what else did you like highlights for you for these past
Hmm.
23 now 24
I know.
episodes?
I think it's been like the comments that we've gotten, like on YouTube, on Instagram. I think it's like actually seeing people IRL,
Yeah.
having that interaction of not knowing that people actually tune into the pod and then
Yeah.
them telling us about it. And that's
Mhm.
happened on a few occasions. And like that really fills my heart too. Cause I'm like, oh, good. Like, it's resonating. And we understand like some people are not one to like leave comments or really get too much into it or whatever, but the fact that they're taking in that information
Mhm.
and then when they get a chance, whether it be in real life bumping into them on a ferry or getting a
Shout out
message, a
Danny.
text or anything like that, Sarah, yeah, like
Yeah.
all of that, it really means a lot to know that y'all are like watching us and taking away some nuggets, like I feel like I've gotten something out of all of them. I also feel like the timing with it, because remember when we started, it was such a different kind of
Oh
vibe. Like
yeah,
before
the
we even,
energy
the energy
was
was different. We were like just trying to film indoors, and like I just want to be outside all the time. Not to say that it'll always be that way, but if it can, I love me being outside in nature and everything like that. So I just love, yeah, like the flow of it. I love the feedback. Shout out to Christiana from day one.
yeah.
we definitely hope to grow that community so that these big talks will become really big talks, and just that you'll feel that sense of community. Like I feel that's what we're really going to do for season 2. And then I don't know if you have any other episodes that you want to shout out or.
Oh yeah,
Okay, cool.
I definitely wanted to say on the episode where we spoke about why we closed the studio, speaking about like shooting indoors and everything.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was a very sad time for us,
Mhm.
and since then, like listening back to parts of it, I feel like more acceptance
Yeah,
about it, and like realizing that things had to happen
the
the
way
way
that they
that they
did.
happened.
Mhm.
So like even with that, a lot of, I guess, I mean, I don't want to say 100%, but I feel like a lot of what we said still rings true in terms of like the
Yeah.
Tobago space and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, so
It's
like,
more where our headspaces and our hearts are now, and I think we're just like both very filled with gratitude for the things to have happened, so that all these things that are happening for us
yeah,
now
and for the
can
things
happen.
that are still happening, because
Yeah.
like Glen Eagles Nest is like one of the people, well, one of the businesses that does collaborate with us, you know. So like I'm really grateful to have that connection in
Mhm.
there and to have that support. Um, and yeah, like I wish and I hope that we get more of that as time goes by, but we'll
Mhm.
see.
Yeah.
And like I think that's part of the accepting,
Yeah,
just being okay with how things go.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the you are what you consume
Oh, yeah, that was a
episode.
good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. It covered so much. It covered definitely not just food and nutrition and everything, but social media
Mhm.
and the people you spend time with and all of that. That was a really, really important one too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the things that I have been consuming more is like just time in nature.
Hmm.
And that has been so healing and regulating for me. Obviously, like you are a culmination of the five people
People
that
that you
you
spend
spend
the
the
most
most.
amount of time with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I at this point could consider nature one of my people.
I try to consider nature like 4 out of the 5. Yeah.
And
Minus this bug though. This one bug is
yeah,
like actually a problem,
my
but
god.
besides that.
And it's like been so regulating for me, like being in nature and of course being around you and people who do show that love to me, that one of the things I used to struggle with at one point in time was like my skin and acne and that sort of
Hmm.
thing. And I cut gluten from my diet like strictly for a long time. But like recently I've been playing around with recipes.
Them bagels though.
Yeah, them bagels that I will actually, drum roll please,
Da-da-da-da.
be introducing for sale. So like
Yeah.
brunch bagels.
They are delicious, I can
Yeah.
say, as the official taste tester. The savory, the sweet, any single one that you want, this girl's got it.
Yeah, so I started making stuffed bagels with regular flour, but now because I have so much experience with gluten free flour, if you want a gluten free too, hey, that's something that I'll be able to do. So when we are ready to jump out our whole selves and begin that bagel time, which
Hmm.
will be like after the summer period,
Yeah.
um, if that's something you want to try, just let me know. Let me know if you're interested. And I look forward to giving you guys more nutritious meals, more
Yeah,
intentional
and you know where
meals.
else they could find all that? Our Patreon. Our Patreon
Ah!
is what, while we're taking this hiatus, by the way, I feel like we should have probably said that. This is the last episode for season 1. But don't worry, we are coming back for season 2. It is going to be a hiatus probably between 6 to 8 weeks. We don't have an official day back yet,
Mm-hmm.
but during that time, we will be creating content for Patreon exclusively. And so, if you don't want to miss any of those, and we have really good ones coming up, like we have some Pilates instructional videos and how to breathe properly and do all
Yeah.
of that kind of thing. We
The
have
Qigong.
we got the qigong.
We have Chancy
We have Chancy
Adventures.
Adventures, which, oh my god, worth it just for that. I don't even think, did I mention how cheap this was?
It's $5
$5
a month.
$5 a month,
Yeah.
yeah. So and then you get to unlock everything, and that is what we're gonna put our focus on. You can actually also, if you are someone that while you're driving, multitasking, whatever, because Patreon is an app that you can download, or just go on the browser. Either way, all to say, I know you want to see these faces, but if you don't, because you're doing a bunch of other things, totally understand. That is how I consume podcasts.
Yeah.
On our Patreon, it's audio only. So yeah,
Whoa, that's incredible.
that is amazing, right?
Yeah. So that is just I love doing this podcast with you, and I love
Hmm.
connecting with you guys. And I am looking forward to this hiatus because it gives us a chance to rest
It does. It's
as
so
well.
important. Like, again, we practice what we preach. So we never want to feel kind of like burned out, exhausted, all that kind of stuff. But yet we do show up how we are, and we
Mhm.
are, happy to do that. Because we want you all to do the same thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it's been the highlight for me, a big highlight, I think, of this past 6 months or so,
Mhm.
however long we've been doing it now, I think. I
Wow.
know, right? And it's crazy. It's wild if you think about it.
Yeah, because we started in December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and I'm just excited, like we have so much more to share with you. So much more that we ourselves, this is the thing, again, as we said, we're in our messy middles. I'm going to say magnificent middle because
Mm.
it's all over the place, but it's real. So
Yeah.
as we are in real time learning about things, having, thoughts about what's going on in the world and getting tips and tricks, like we want to share that. So, like we hope that you're going to join us on this really fun ride
And we
and
hope that
yeah.
we see some of you, if not all
Yeah.
of you, for our last big talks, which will
Mhm.
be this Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
So if you know the drill by now, if there's an episode that reminds you of someone, feel free to share it with
Yeah.
them. Um, peace, love, and light.
And let us know what was the episode, if you could choose one, that resonated with you the most.
Mm-hmm.
That felt like share worthy and that kind of thing. That just like spoke to you, if anything. And also on that flip side, what do you want to hear about in season two? What's
Yes,
a
please let
topic
us
that you're
know.
interested in? But yeah.
Yeah. And thanks always for your support.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys around. Have a great well, have a great hiatus for us.
Yeah.
Um,
Enjoy your summer.
yeah, enjoy your summer. Rewatch the videos if you
Rewatch them
miss
all.
us, or join our Patreon.
Yeah, join our Patreon and we will see you in season
2.
two.
Bye.
Bye.